thank you everybody so much for coming. It's Friday's Heroes and Employee of the Week, and this week we're going to start with our Employees of the Week, and another great story by the great folks that work for us as citizens of the city of Albuquerque. And when we all send our tax dollars in, we want to make sure that they're being used in a way that returns great services to the community. And today is actually a rather extreme example of that, but it's a very important example, and it's actually it's another story coming out of Senior Affairs, our Department of Senior Affairs, that tells us about what Georgia and her group are doing. That's really quite amazing. And today we're recognizing 6 employees from the Senior Affairs Department whose fast action actually saved the life of a local senior citizen. Our Employees of the Week today are Gladys Peltomaki, who's with us. You can wave. Antoinette Segala, Robert Maldonado, Emily Montano, Barbara Chavez, and Catherine Romero. Yay. This past March, during one of the Los Volcanes Senior Center's dances, which, by the way, if you haven't been to a senior dance, you should go. Marie and I go on occasion, and it's just number one, it's a blast. Number two, the energy level is out of this world, and you will get a chance to meet people that are enjoying life, who are having a good time. They really appreciate the dances that you put on, and it's always a fun time for us. So, but this day at Los Volcanes Senior Center dance, a participant collapsed while on the dance floor. The woman was not breathing and had no pulse. Our team of Senior Affairs employees quickly went into action. Number one, they called 911 like we all should in an emergency. They started chest compressions. They administered first aid, and then they utilized the automated external defibrillator, the AED, that we have in our senior centers in an effort to revive the elderly woman. By the time the paramedics arrived, the team had actually successfully brought the woman back. She had a pulse and was starting to breathe again. And when she was transported to the hospital, the team at Los Volcanes was informed that she had 4 clogged arteries, causing her to have a heart attack. She has since undergone surgery and is actually recovering. And the quick actions of these staff members brought the elderly woman really back from death on that day. And even the doctors at the hospital called the staff to let them know that they truly did on that day save a woman's life, and that they were all heroes. So today we have a combination of Employees of the Week and heroes as well. So I'd like to have George Armijo Brasher come up and say a few words about our Employees of the Week today, but also about some of the things that we do to be prepared within the city of Albuquerque. We do a lot of training, and I think that's a really good use of taxpayer resources to train our individuals on what to do, how to do it, when to do it. And in this particular instance, we have somebody's family members with us today, and someone who lots of people care about are with us today because of the fast and appropriate actions that were taken by our employees. So Georgia, would you come up and share a few words with us?
Thank you, Mayor. I am extremely proud today to once again honor members of our staff. Like the mayor said, we have wonderful dances and they're usually joyful times. But this one instance, as you can see by the 6 people standing up here with us, that they did an extraordinary job. They were well trained, they knew what to do, they used the AED, and as you can see, if you were up here with me, to see the look in their eyes, and I know their heart is beating 90 miles an hour right now because this was a very extremely emotional time for them. And we are so proud to know that each and every one of them as a team contributed to the safety and well-being and to help this story have a very happy ending. So I am gratefully proud of you for all the work you do, and that Gladys, you as their manager, have them well trained and ready to respond in such a incredible manner. So thank you for the work you do. We're very proud of you, all of you. Thank you very much.
I'll do one, I'll just show one here. So what we will do today, we'll give each of our Employees of the Week, you'll get an Employee of the Week mug that we had specifically made for this purpose, so I'll give Gladys one there. And then each employee will also receive a certificate that says Employee of the Week for the city of Albuquerque, and a letter for your personnel file as well. It's just nice to know. This one goes to Antoinette. So we have one for everyone here. So we'll go ahead and distribute those in just a moment. But thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I mean, this is it's an amazing thing. I've not been in a situation in my life where I've had to use an AED. It was close one time. Coast had it out and ready to go, but didn't have to use it. But I can only imagine the thoughts that are going through your mind at that point in time. But thanks for what you do, and thanks for really improving the quality of life for our seniors. I told a story last week at our appreciation banquet for RSVP, which is our senior volunteer group and foster grandparent group. My folks are looking to move to Albuquerque, and they are so impressed with the level of engagement you can have in Albuquerque as a senior. And I think seniors in general, traditionally at times, we haven't given the opportunities for them to do all the things that they want to do. And Albuquerque is a place where you can do that. If you go around the country, not every place has what we have in the city of Albuquerque. Not every place has a senior affairs department with the robust programs that we have, with the fellowship opportunities that we have, with the dances and all these things, and the beautiful facilities that we have. So congratulations to the department as a whole, and congratulations to all our great employees. We appreciate you very much. Thanks again. I know all of our employees will be available for individual interviews. Let's go ahead and do our Friday's Heroes. Come on up. We have some really interesting stories to talk about with some of our friends in neighboring states. All right. Well, today we're going to continue a conversation about some of the devastating events that happened to our friends in our neighboring state of Oklahoma. On my Facebook page a couple of weeks ago, I posted a photograph of a good friend of mine who's the mayor of Oklahoma City. His name is Mick Cornett, and the picture was of Mick standing in not a pile of rubble near Oklahoma City, but what really looked like a pile of matchsticks. Oklahoma has been devastated by two catastrophic events back to back in the last several weeks. Dozens of lives have been lost, and first of all, we want folks in Oklahoma to know they're in our thoughts and in our prayers. And I grew up in not really in Tornado Alley, but I've lived through as a child through tornado situations, and it's a very scary thing. But when it actually does the damage that we've seen in Oklahoma, it's really incumbent upon us as a community of giving individuals, of caring individuals, to extend a hand and do what we can do. And Lieutenant David Romo and his wife Rita and his daughter Faith did exactly that, along with a great group of folks from the Albuquerque Police Department and the chaplains group and citizens from Albuquerque that really came together to make a difference in someone else's lives in a time of tragedy. And today we're honoring some of our folks, as I said, who traveled more. David and his family traveled more than 500 miles to bring supplies to our friends in Oklahoma. And we talked about the devastation in Moore, Oklahoma. That massive tornado, I think, was 1.3 miles wide. The other one, I think I saw in the news, was 2 miles wide. My goodness. That left many people either lost everything or lost their lives. And the town of about 55,000 people in Moore, Oklahoma, is slowly starting to pick up the pieces of their demolished schools and their homes and their cars, and in some cases, like I said, their lives. And across a couple of state lines, more than 500 miles away here in Albuquerque, David really started to coordinate an effort to assist the victims in a very real way. In addition to the offer for help, the Albuquerque Police Department also started a campaign called Operation Hope to collect and transport supplies to the impacted communities in Oklahoma. And thanks to their generosity and the neighbors and friends in Albuquerque, their effort quickly mobilized within 48 hours, and Operation Hope received enough donations of water, food, and clothing to fill up a 25-foot trailer, which was actually one of our mounted patrol trailers. So it's a rather large trailer. But it was the individual dedication of Lieutenant David Romo and his family that truly made this donation special. As I said earlier, David's here with his wife Rita Romo and their daughter Faith, who drove the supplies then to Oklahoma, leaving Albuquerque at 1 p.m. on Thursday, the 23rd of May, drove through the night, and arrived at 2 a.m., 2 o'clock in the morning, in Moore, Oklahoma on the 24th. The trio teamed up with the Moore Police Department to distribute the goods and assist some of the elderly community members with cleaning up their debris. In total, they gave more than 14 hours of their day on Saturday then to help the victims of this horrific storm. Through this entire effort, Lieutenant Romo donated his time and his personal expenses for travel as well. The only cost that we covered simply was the cost of the gasoline. We paid for the gas and let them use one of our mounted patrol vehicle, or F-350, I'm thinking.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I'd like to invite Chief Schultz up to talk about this fantastic effort a little bit more. And then if you'd like to stick around, we have a slideshow that Dave and his family brought back that we're going to show here in just a few minutes. So if you'd like to see that as well, we'd like you to stick around. Chief?
Thanks, Mayor, and obviously very, very proud of the work that Dave, Rita, and Faith did representing the city of Albuquerque and the Albuquerque Police Department. And it shows what a great community we have. We've got great employees who want to go out and make a difference, not only here at home, but across the country. And as we were collecting those items and filling up that trailer, I think they actually left an hour and a half late because people kept pulling up, dropping off more supplies, cash donations, and some of the people just happened to be driving by and realized what was going on and reached into their wallets and pulled out a $20 bill or a $50 bill. So obviously, great humanitarian effort. And Dave and his family kept us all apprised of things as they were going on, as they were traveling across country. And I'll let him talk about his flat tire and help that he received, again, from other folks, helping get him out there. And then, of course, what they saw, obviously devastating. And they just didn't go and pass out stuff, and they actually got their hands dirty and helped the community start that rebuilding and healing process. So very proud of the work that Dave and his family did, and again, a great representation of the caring community that we have. So Dave, thank you so much.
Would you like to share some words? Would you like to share a little bit?
Absolutely.
Tell us about your experience a little bit.
Well, it was a very rewarding experience. First of all, started out on a long journey on the road, and when we got there, the folks of Oklahoma were welcoming. They were happy to see us. We had great support from the Moore Police Department, as well as the Wichita Falls Police Department. We had a few mechanical issues on the way there. We had a flat tire, and the City of Moore Police Department's garage was able to help us and fix those minor glitches. But overall, it was just a very humbling, rewarding experience. It was an honor to be there on behalf of the chief and the mayor and our chain of command from the police department, and kind of fly the city of Albuquerque flag high and represent APD. So it was just an honor to be there. Thank you.
And we're going to show some photographs as well. And Faith, where are you in school now? What grade?
I graduated.
So you just graduated?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So your graduation gift was to go help folks in another state.
I'm very honored to do
It's a high calling. So well done, way to go. It's nice to see the next generation coming up who has a heart for service, and we appreciate it very much. Normally, we just give our heroes our Friday's Hero coin, which we had commissioned for this event. This special event, we've been giving these away now for, a little over 3.5 years, and it's got the insignias of the Albuquerque Police, the Fire Department, and also our Emergency Management Department on it. And we most often give these to the heroes, which I will do today, but I'm also going to give one to some folks that aren't city employees, to Faith and Rita as well, for their help. And we just appreciate you very
Thanks,
much.
Mayor. Appreciate you.
And thanks for all you've done.
Thank you so much,
Thanks for
Mayor.
setting an example, and thanks for setting an example for your generation as well, of things that we can do that make a difference. And there's a lot of opportunities around the world that we live in, around the country that we live in, to reach out and help others, and showing others how to do it in a way that's meaningful and that matters and that can be done quickly and with some agility. We just thank you very much.
Our pleasure,
So,
sir.
thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.